What's up, powerful people? Neil First here, neilfirst.com, BeHigherBeings, and I have a quick question for you. Before COVID, what was your belief about oxygen deprivation and health? It's a serious question. It's an honest question. What was your belief about oxygen deprivation and health? I want to talk about the energy of oxygen, the breath of life that we're given each moment, that we're cutting off. We're getting percentages of our oxygen. If you're donning the mask, we're getting small percentages of our oxygen and calling it health. We're calling this thing a health device. We're pretending that wearing one is going to stop the spread of a virus, and it's ridiculous. If you haven't done any research on the masks, please go to themodelhealthshow.com/maskfacts and watch a 53-minute documentary on the masks, what they do to the wearer, and all the studies that go along with it. Here's where this question came up for me last night. I was talking to a friend of mine. All of a sudden, I just kind of was like, man, what must it take to power the human body? Our emotions, our thoughts, our animation, our speech, our sight, our hearing, our heart beating, our lungs breathing, all the blood flowing. What kind of energy must it take to power the human body? It must be massive, right? So my friend looked at me dead in the eye and said, well, this chili does it. He was eating a bowl of chili at the time, and he started eating this chili. He's like, I eat this chili, it goes in my belly, and my body processes it, and then I crap out what I don't need. I said, great. That is a form of energy that we take in every day. And then I asked, what other energy do we use? We drink water, right? Our bodies process it and it flushes out some toxins, and then we pee it out. Same thing with food. We eat the food, our bodies processes it, and then we flush out the toxins. But what are we doing more than eating or drinking? What type of process are our bodies doing more than processing food or water? The answer is that we're breathing. Our air is our greatest source of energy. You can live for weeks without food. I don't recommend it, but you can. It's possible. You could live for days, I think it's up to 10, maybe even more than that, without water. But how long can you live without the air you breathe? Minutes, maybe a half hour, maybe in some cases, in some very cold temperature type deal, maybe an hour, maybe more. The point is that while our bodies do process energy through the food we eat and the water we drink, more than that, we are constantly processing the air we breathe. We breathe in the air, our body processes the oxygen, and then we breathe out what we don't need. And what we don't need is a benefit to the rest of the planet, like plants, okay? So now if we're breathing out into this, we're breathing out toxins and bacteria. Our bodies are getting rid of them for the reason of, I don't need it anymore. It's just like a cough and just like a sneeze, okay? So if you're coughing and sneezing and breathing into this thing, and you're catching all of the toxins that your body is expelling into the mask and then breathing it back in, what is going to happen? Well, eventually you're going to cause bacterial pneumonia and things like hypoxia. These things are not good for us. Our bodies are constantly taking in and recycling this air that we need and releasing what we don't need. And if we're doing it, if we're trying to run our bodies on, 60% oxygen, 70% oxygen, 40% oxygen, whatever the oxygen level these things cause, how long is your body going to last? Does this make sense? The air we breathe is constantly giving us life. And if we're cutting it off, and not only cutting it off, but catching the toxins in this thing and then breathing it in all day, that is very dangerous for the human body. Now, if we're doing it at a limited capacity of oxygen, again, how long is your body going to be able to withstand the detriment of the mask? Here's the thing, everything is energy. The air we breathe is the thing that's keeping us alive the most. More than food, more than water, more than everything else. And even though the TV is trying to pass off these things as a health device, it makes zero sense to cut yourself off from the necessary oxygen that you need and associate it with health. So back to the question when I first started this video, what was your belief about oxygen deprivation and health before the TV started mandating that you wear these things, before the grocery store started mandating that you wear these things, before the CDC and before that psychopath Fauci started telling you to wear not one, but two, and even three of these things to cut off your oxygen? It's called the breath of life for a reason. The air around each one of us is constantly keeping us alive. It is your energy. It is your vitality. It is how we thrive. And we just can't take that away from ourselves and expect to thrive. We can't take that away from ourselves and expect to be healthy. Here's my plea. Don't cut off your oxygen. Don't cut off your breath of life. This thing is constantly keeping you alive, and it's an insult to the design to keep breathing in what our bodies don't need. Our bodies are expelling this stuff for a reason. It's because they don't need it, and it's because it is good for the rest of the planet. So look in the mirror and see the lie behind the masks. We knew better before all of this started. Let's not continue to go backwards. So I want to thank you for watching this video. I want to remind you to stay powerful, be higher beings, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please point your camera at the QR code on the screen to help support Be Higher Beings free content.
Do it. Do it. Done.